Alright, like welcome to the Turnt Table. We back. We're back live and direct, week 3.
Yes.
But yeah, in terms of how everyone's week's been, mine's been eventful.
Oh,
good.
how so?
You know, can't even remember any events. It's been eventful.
Did you go to any shows this week? Like, has there been any shows this week?
I went to one. On Thursday. At the Nest called Night with the Stars. Asco, Lancey, Miss Banks, Shaun the Shade, Frenzy, and a few others. It was a decent show. Enjoyed myself. Asco turned up the place. Lancey turned up the place.
Obviously.
There are two. Obviously, everyone actually turned up the place. I'll never not lie, but like Asco was definitely memorable. Like he got a couple wheel ups, like more than a couple still. Yeah. Like, you get me, like he got a couple wheel ups. Lancey obviously shut down the place. Got 6 stage presence, and I got to give a shout out to a DJ still. I think his name was AAA. I think it was, but he did his bit still. Like.
So he turned up the crowd.
Hey, I've never seen a DJ
crowd
really,
controller setting.
Like it was
he must have got that gigs memo from the other week.
I didn't know what he was doing, but like, you get me. Like every song he was just hitting the spot, and everyone was just like, "Yo!" Like, so it was good to see.
I went Suss's show on Friday's headline show. Shut it down. Skepta come in. He come in the vibe still. Jesse. Who else performed? I can't even remember, but it was a vibe still. Like
I can imagine.
Suss shut it down. Like crowd was buzzing still. Like I haven't been to one of his shows before, and he's had quite a few now. Well, that was his second headline, but that was
he did bits.
Still loading. You don't need to watch out for that. That's coming to the streets.
That his tape that he's dropping?
I think that's the name of the tape still. So still loading. Go still, it's us.
What shows have you been to, Miss Nicky?
You know, I feel like that was shade because I was supposed to attend that show.
Listen, we're past that now, I'm not too sure.
So let's shake hands and be friends.
Not gonna lie, we're only doing this because
Alright, let's get into it.
So, this is a question that we've been bouncing around with each other for a couple of weeks now, but who has been the most influential UK rap or hip hop artist in the last decade? I would like to start, and I would like to say, I personally feel that K Coke brought so much to the table when he was buzzing. Sorry, excuse me. What was that?
Hey, you're saying? Don't get me wrong. K Coke's like fine.
Nah, let her land.
I'm gonna let you land, and I'm gonna hit you with my little.
Yeah. That's mad.
No. You
gotta get that delivery in.
You do.
Do you know how?
Listen, I'm not denying the K
delivery, presence, everything that he brought in his videos and his fire in the booth, whatever he was.
Legendary, that fire in the booth.
Fire in the booth
it's probably
is
one of the best we've had. Like
it's up there with Mashtown.
Actually, you know what? It's probably the best fire in the booth.
Solo, yeah.
Like I would actually say it's probably the best fire in the booth because it's memorable. Skepta's up there definitely, but like K Coke's probably the one that can actually say.
Kid.
Like,
Chipmunk.
Oh my god, Ice Kid.
But those are moments. But like I won't lie, like that was a peak moment. But K Coke's one, I think, cemented itself as like one being the best fire in the booth. Like the way he spoke about that, you get me. Like man was But in terms of influential, that's when it comes to it. It's different. Like
so, why do you think he was influential? So you got the fire in the booth.
Because at that time, I remember I was in school when I heard about K Coke and when he started dropping stuff, and that's when Facebook was everything basically. Instagram was Facebook back then. So when you're seeing K Coke dropping videos every other day on Facebook, and you're seeing
what was that UK overstood or UK understood?
Oh my god, that was the best. Rap City, yeah.
Swift TV,
yes, everything, and he was on everying. Everyone was talking about him.
He signed that mad deal with was it Rock Nation?
Yeah.
Everyone was like,
I feel like that wasn't for him though.
Yeah, to be honest, it
was too early.
You know what's mad? Yeah, as I said before, like UK rap was definitely much in its infancy. Like it still is in its infancy, in it. So like some people were always gonna be like not scapegoats, but some people were always gonna be trial and error with certain things in it. But in terms of
he was like a guinea pig. Yeah, in a bad way or in a disrespectful way, but he was like.
I would definitely say he has cemented himself as one of those like
marquee figures.
Yeah, like get me in UK rap, but in terms of influence, I'm not too sure about like. I think in terms of influence, you're better off saying like gigs.
Yeah, but how do you look at influence? If you heard about influence, because this is one of the things we was talking about. Like, are we talking about influencing the culture, or are we talking about influencing specifically like the music genre, like how the sound is? Like, obviously, like culture, I mean broadly in terms of like not just the sound in itself. Maybe it's the fashion. It could be the industry. So if we talk about influential figures in the music culture, UK music, hip hop and rap culture, you gotta start talking the SBTVs, the Rasheeds and Link Up, the Posting, GRM, because they changed how we consume the music with their platform. But if you're talking about music, the sound, that's when you have to kind of say, did Coke influence the sound? That's what I think that's what you're looking at.
Yeah, like
the sound.
I think he did.
Okay, cool. If you think he did, name me a rapper or someone you think not bit his sound, but like took.
It's because of Coke.
Yeah, because of Coke. Like
without Coke, we don't have this person. Who can you say?
All right, now my brain has to do stuff. Why?
Listen, like no, I agree with you. Like, no, I agree in terms of like he had his moment. You get me, like, and like Coke is up there. I respect him as a rapper in UK. He's done a lot for us. Like Fire in the Booth is my number one.
He's given us moments.
Like you get me, yeah. It's my number one. Like you get me, but in terms of influence, like I'm talking about people like, for me, I think the most influential, one of the most influential people we've had in UK rap is probably like Skepta, Giggs, and Sneakbo.
Those would be your top three.
Yeah, those would be my top three. Cause Sneakbo for me, is just like okay, cool. Like look at the sound that's popular now. Yeah, Sneakbo was doing that like probably 6-7 years ago. Like get me on dancehall beats, whatever, etc. And then even then, actually then again, I might even bring Timbo into it a bit because he probably made.
See the history. That's where it's like I would say Bo. Like if you ask me who's been the most influential in the last 10 years, obviously like the Gigs will always be there. So these are the names that they're cemented. Gigs, Skepta, them lot are cemented in it. I feel like with Sneakbo, people know but they don't know.
Yeah, like get me.
Like. These industry fraud people, half of them probably couldn't even tell you the sound we hear now, it was influenced by Sneakbo. Either they're misinformed or they just weren't there in the streets. They weren't listening to what was popping. Because if you think about it, UK rap hip hop, first of all, everyone was rapping on American beats. Everyone wanted to be American, then we had people like Giggs and that, who had some talented producers around them. So you had Boom, Dirty Sag, like from what I can remember around them, like people in Mashtown, they had producers around them. So the early pioneers of UK rap, PDC lot, they had a few producers around them. But Sneakbo was the first to start jumping on dancehall beats.
Do you know how brave that is?
You get me,
like, and he's not even Caribbean.
You get me, like in that period, to do that, it's just like, and actually, like do well at it. It's just like,
and it's
like
not just jumping on the record box.
He's going to it like
it's actually timeless because that Touch a Button tune. If you hear it now, you'll still be like, I need to go mad.
But you know what's even so mad? The beats he was jumping on, like Vybz Kartel was already doing his thing on them, and it's a big thing to already take on the same instrumental that a big artist has already like done his big thing on, and to do what he did on it is just like. Right.
But it's interesting, this is kind of divergent, but it's interesting how music influences music. Because at that time, you said Vybz Kartel. That's when the dancehall thing was really like Golly versus Gaza. That influenced the rap hip hop sound over here. Then you mentioned Timbo. When Timbo and that started to put their own little flavour, STP, into what Sneakbo had started, that's when Afrobeat started to rise. So people tapped into that. And I think Timbo was like the first to say, alright.
Yeah, they made different.
Like, let me tap into
Timbo,
the home sound and come to it.
Like probably did. Like I think they did make the first Afro swing song like that. Timbo
One day
song.
I was saying,
you get me. That was probably the first Afro swing song that we had. Like you get me. And it did bits because I remember being in uni and that song would be booming off every uni rave I went to. Like everyone would be like so. I definitely in terms of influence anyway, I would credit Timbo, Mover to an extent, especially for that
Afro
song.
Sing. Yeah, I would say like if we're talking last decade, like most influential, obviously you would say Sneakbo more than Timbo, but Timbo gets a big shout out.
Of course.
Giggs obviously for what he showed that UK rap,
Yeah,
like
yeah, yeah.
hip hop,
Like, you can rap with your own accent.
rap, yeah, like
Yeah.
you can do. Coke was one of the
Do you know
first
how
that
funny
started
that
that
is?
wave. Like he was one of the influences of that. But obviously, Giggs took it to the point where it wasn't just locked down to a certain ends or just London. He took it all over the UK. Like everyone was like, if you're talking the hardest, like everyone was like,
Giggs showed everyone in UK rap like another life that.
And that perseverance for him to keep going,
at
and
it,
keep pushing and keep.
He showed people
He's
what's
doing
possible.
European tours now. Personally, he spun Drake on KMT. I don't care what Americans and Canadians or that's Giggs' tune.
Yeah, facts.
That tune is Giggs' is that.
Forget what them man think, cause like I'm not gonna lie, over in America, like you get me, like they don't really, like they don't understand us, like, and that's good.
Yeah,
you
that's
get me.
calm,
Like,
that's
but
that.
like we're doing us.
But that's Giggs'
and you get
tune.
me. We like Giggs. Giggs is our guy.
That's his tune. Other marquee figures. Obviously, everyone knows Wiley.
Yeah.
Graham. You have Skepta. I think Wretch gets a massive
Oh
shout.
my
Yeah,
god,
yeah,
how
I
can I
can't
forget?
forget Wretch still.
Whoa,
I think
I
Wretch,
did.
Wretch with the wordsmith, like you get me. He's
Because
definitely
he's the
someone
one who showed like you can be English, you can be wordy, like you can put all the
Alright,
you
cool.
can rap.
We put Wretch there. Loki, we have to put Crack and Cone in my opinion.
Yes, do you know when they dropped that Jay-Z?
Like I don't know.
Otis.
No, you know what? No. Even forget
I
Otis.
couldn't believe it.
Let's go back to Tsunami.
That's when I found
Tsunami
them.
Wave.
My guy.
Tsunami Wave.
My
I went
guy.
on that. I went on the wave, so I wouldn't know about it.
Oh.
But when it came to
You
Otis,
gotta
I
know.
was it spun
like-
my head.
Like I can, no word of a lie. How I know they had influence. Yeah, I had a friend there who really wasn't into like UK music at the time, and I can't remember I can't remember what year it was in, but like they must have dropped a freestyle on like I think it was SBTV or Link Up. It was like a 10-minute thing with them dubs and whatever, etc. And how I know like this changed a lot of people's lives, especially my friends. Like he was just like raw. Like, he'll come back to me like, "Raw, have you heard this?" Like this is a guy that he had no care for UK rap whatsoever.
Yeah.
Like whenever he listened to him, like. But he came and was like, "Bro, have you heard this?"
These men are dead. Like,
you get me?
because
He
they
was
was,
like-
we grew up on like the Dipset era. So if you was
Yeah.
listening to rap, like when we was kids, like probably like this is when we was kids.
Yeah.
If you talk rap, you're talking Dipset, The Locks,
Yeah.
50 Cent,
Uncle Murder,
Uncle Murder, and them lot. Like in school and that, all my brethren that used to like rap, they weren't even like I had to listen to Gigs by default in it. That's my guy. But I love rap, like UK rap, like PDC, like from 04, 03, like I've been a fan of UK rap.
Do you know what? This might be a bit, but even Huss.
Huss is.
You
know what?
In terms of influence,
I feel
Let's dive in. Huss and Stormzy, have they been influential?
yeah.
massively.
Which is why I say they've been influential is because they've shown that raw, like the extent of what a certain sound could take you to. Because obviously, like, cool, Huss came in the game with a certain sound, etc., and now everyone's copying that sound. Obviously, with Common Sense, people thought they was only gonna get that sound, but they got a lot more. They got like a get rich or die trying
You
sort
got
of thing.
different,
innit? So you get me? It was
Yeah.
So I think he's influenced people in terms of showing them what they can do with their sound. But like a lot of people are mimicking what he's doing, but like a lot of people won't be able to take it to the levels he's taking it to. So like I can give him that, but again, still then
They're still early.
yeah,
days
it's still
for them.
early. It's still early stage, but I can say for now he has influenced a lot of
I
people.
think
innit?
we're gonna see the extent of the influence of Common Sense, the album, in 5 years' time. Then we're gonna really know how influential that album was in changing the sound. So right now, everyone's still kind of doing Afro swing or whatever, but we don't know the extent of how much is that album push people. Because I want to hear people's albums next year and see what it sounds
You get
like.
me?
Like what projects are you lot trying to put together sonically? Because I think I think Common Sense is better than GSAP, but I would say GSAP as well pushed the boundaries. It's not a grime album. It's more a hip hop rap album.
And that's why I think I
it.
didn't listen to it, because I felt like I was missold the product.
Yeah, but how can you? We had this convo before. Can you have a mainstream selling grime album?
Me personally, I don't think I can listen to a grime album like top to bottom.
Yeah, no.
Like honestly, like
I get it,
like
but I feel like what you say you are, then what you put out. To me,
But has
it's
he
not
ever
like
said he's just a grime artist though? Or is that just a label
I think this is a label put on him because
Okay.
he's shown what he could do. Like, bro, he's got Afro swing song. Like he did a song with what's it called?
He's got
Shower
you with
Shins.
Timbo.
Yeah, like Shower Shins and them.
This
man,
is
like,
pre the Stormzy you guys.
You get me? So like he's shown his versatility,
Yeah.
but like obviously people will like obviously for him like it was a grime song that really took him to a next level.
Yeah, that's
so people
what I
will
mean.
attach him to being a grime artist, but realistically, like Stormzy's probably one of the most versatile artists we've got out there. Hus 2, Dave, AJ, and a few others as well. Like
I think I can't really say Stormzy and Hus have been influential yet in terms of the direction they've taken in music. So how much have they influenced? Because it's too early to judge.
It's way too
and that's what we said over the last decade. But with people like Sneakbo, Gigs,
Timber,
Wretch, Dizzy, Kano,
Oh my
big
god,
person,
the
Kano,
coldest,
big person. You can see how them lot have said. I think, I don't know how true this is. I think Made in the Manor influenced Stormzy when he was creating GSAP. I think that showed him
I can see that
it was capable, like you're able to experiment with your sound. If you listen to Made in the Manor, it's a grime album, but it's not grime in the sense of how you view grime. The people who give the grime up, it's like Gets will give you that grime album.
I'm not gonna lie. He's sorry to cut you short, but that's another artist we have to put down in terms of being influential.
Mad.
Gets definitely goes there. Like in terms of, I think he was probably the first. Crazy Titch was probably the first.
Oh
gritty
my god.
hood grime artist we got. Like
and Criminal. What happened to him?
But I don't.
Do you not think Tiny's and because if you're talking
Tiny,
yeah, no, do you know what it is? You know why? Tiny to an extent. Culturally, he influenced the culture. He was like how LL Cool J. You see how LL Cool J was the first person to make like a girl song for hip hop, whatever in America. Like he took it to that level. Like he took what song was it again? I can't remember. But Wifey Rhythm. Sorry, you get me? Like bro, after that there was hella Wifey Rhythms. Like Bear Man were making a Wifey Rhythm. So
who was it? Twist Man, Women's Psychology.
Even that, you get me? Like there's a hella although like
hey, randomly big up Channel U and Channel AKA.
Yeah, they made my childhood very, very
100%,
spectacular still.
Yeah.
Lethal.
Bezz.
Yeah.
I can't lie, he probably bought the first ever grime tune I come across was Pow. Like
Pow.
That still goes off.
Pow.
Like,
we was in primary school, but I was in school.
The next grime tune I came across was a song called New Era, and it was obviously something, but like it had Lethal B was basically putting on like the youngers, whatever, etc. Like so it was like 2 grime songs I've come across, and like Lethal's involved with both of them, so I can definitely say he had an influence over the culture in terms of sound as well. Yeah, like definitely Dizzy too. There's a lot of names to put down.
See, there's so much here, but I'll say, we're gonna revisit this, but I'll say I'll still give my top 3 to Sneakbo, Gigs, Skepta.
Do you know what? I'm not gonna lie. Do you know why Skepta goes up there? Because year 7, I remember everyone was MCing. I came across this MC called Skepta. I heard a couple of his bars. They were hard. I copied them. I said they were my own. That's how
cool. The thing done.
That's how influential
cool.
My man was.
Skepta. The code.
I remember the bars now. Like get shanked in the back of my front door key, boxing in the mouth, kill it MC. Hey, listen, you're not ready for me, man. Not ready for me. I smacked that bar with passion.
Nicole, what would you say? You said Coke for you.
I said Coke. I'm also saying Margs from Ashtown. When I was in school, Westwood was my life. So
LL Margs.
Listen.
Way back.
And Ice Kid as well, and Chipmunk when they would do. But then you put them into the. He was grime, but then he was doing other. Their fire in the booths. I could listen to them again and again. They are.
So you feel like. Because they've had moments, the moments influence. Cool. So we'll say them, but it's like we'll see in it. Like you lot, let us know your thoughts on influential people.
100%.
All you industry people, you like to forget people like Timbo and Sneakbo. I hear that still. I hear that. But yeah,
it's hard to limit to not 3. For me, I'd say I'm just gonna put out a couple of names. Obviously, apart from the ones you lot said, I would add like Krypton Conan, Dubs. Blade Brown, Tef.
There's too many, man.
Yeah, like there's a lot of names. Like you get me that were very influential.
And Tef's discography.
It's peak, innit? You get me? Like there's a lot of things in there. Like I think you know what we're gonna have to dedicate a whole half an hour to talking about this topic because like I think there's so many names.
Because we gotta bring some names back.
Yeah,
I think
like
people forget.
Bro, like I can even go for it way back. But
that's it. Yeah, that's sweet. Alright, cool. So, what we got on the commute this week?
Oh yeah, we changed that up all the way up.
Oh yeah, it's not
I've got that. Alright, cool. Let me quickly go through this. Number 1, Afrobeat still holding up with Drogba. When's the video coming out as well?
Yeah, that's another thing.
Go on.
I was gonna say no.
I need that. The number 2, Asco. So late, that's gone up. Mash. Hey, I need a Gucci scarf. Number 3, Young Bane Vroom. That's maintained its place if I remember. Suspect Tour Bus number 4. That's gone up. Hardy Caprio Nige. That's a new entry in number 5. New entry in number 6 with the Beat Freaks. Oh, I'm starting a lot. Featuring Shaka, Mr. Easy, and Shay Shay Takeover. That's a big tune for the summer.
Oh my god, I love it so much.
Number 7, we've got Abracadabra with Hood Politics. Number 8, we've got Avelino featuring Jay Styles. Mr. WAV, More Everything. Number 9, we've got SL Chip Jeans. I hope he's finished his GCSEs. Number 10, we got Rapman Shiro Story. That's kind of gone all the way down. Let me kick it off. I can't lie. That Takeover tune with the Beat Freaks, that's one for the summer still.
Won't lie.
I dig it.
It's missing a couple songs. I mean, Naira needs to be up there with It's a Go.
Yeah, but that's an old entry. But the video brought it back to life.
That's what I'm saying.
I was going to give it a shout out and say, that's another tune that's been brought back to life. Obviously, we have our rules in it, so we got to stick to it. We had a bit of a debate about Hardy's new joint.
Me personally, I think he was trying to show his versatility. Like, not only trying to keep it like this Afro swingy sort of sound. So
yeah, that's why I like it. Though.
Yeah,
I think it's kind of busy. Like it's got a biz.
Yeah, flex like
it's a flexy. Biz is art threshold. He's probably gonna hear that and be like, oh, at least they remember me. But I like that.
I also like it. I feel like it's different from what he's done. I feel like this is the follow-on from Rapper. So I feel like he's done Rapper, now he's doing Crud. Because in that video, he's doing bare things that I'm not used to seeing from him. And my ears were kind of like, oh, okay, you've changed. But I don't know him personally.
I'm just happy he's doing strategic marketing for Nigeria, innit?
Yeah, facts. Wait, is Hardy Nigerian?
No, he's Sardonian.
Is it? Oh, shout at him though.
But yeah, there's room for strategic marketing for the country and that. We need it. So,
what else would I put up there? M Honcho. M Honcho is definitely someone that like I even tweeted this not too long ago. I said he needs to remove that mask. Like, in all honesty, like I think don't get me wrong.
That's the thing about the mask though. If once you put it on and you enter the game with the mask, it's tight.
Listen,
that's part of your brand.
Kane and Undertaker both took off their mask.
After how many years?
Thank you. So them man can do it. And you know what?
I was thinking that in my head when
Bro,
I said the comment. You right.
You get me like.
But is he ready for a rebrand though?
One second.
You know what?
I feel like this is
no. You know what? Because I needed something to make a reference to it. Like, you know, like. Cool.
Hey, did he change his name from Puffy to Puff?
He doesn't know what he's doing. He don't know what he's doing.
Why I say
who did issue? You can't say Diddy don't know it.
Okay,
hey, that's 800 and something mil.
You get me?
He knows what he's doing, but the name changing is too. It's too much.
Nah, it's a marketing thing where it's like changing your logo. It's like rebranding the logo of your brand. Like after a while, people get bored of the image and the same thing. So you got to give them something new because then you sell something new.
100%.
As I told them, you always have to keep selling and selling. You can't keep selling people the same old thing.
Yeah, people get bored of it after a while,
because they already know what that brand means or what that image means.
Yeah.
But if you say I'm Dr. Love now, everyone's like, Mr. Everyone's like, what's love?
Even if he doesn't change his name to Dr. Love, they're still like, it's already gonna create some
news as
yeah,
well.
you get me.
So you think? I don't know if he's ready to take the mask.
It's
like K-Trap as well.
Shall I tell you why he needs to take that mask off here? Let me tell you why. Like, okay, cool. The mask is a good reference to gang culture. You get me? No one's really gonna. Obviously, there might be an independent label that might sign him, but no major label with stakeholders is gonna sign someone with a mask on their face because Like they're gonna think, he's involved in too much gang stuff. Even if he is involved in
because he
gang
can't
stuff,
even say it's a gimmick. Can
you get me? Even if he was involved in gang stuff and he takes off the mask, they will still sign him. But because it's like overtly obvious that he's involved in gang stuff, it's a bit like, I don't know, like, you get me? But get me? I think he should just take off the mask because he can blow. He announced a tour like a couple of days ago, Birmingham, London, and I think Manchester. I think Birmingham sold out already. So like, don't get me wrong, even with the mask on, he's already doing his thing. So imagine if he takes the mask off, where he can go to. So like, M Honcho is definitely someone I'm like, raw, like, yo, like.
And he's actually really good.
But you get me? Like, yeah. He's actually
It's like,
good,
come on.
So
yeah.
That's hot still. I think. Yeah, that's about it. Hey, do you know who I want to random?
Yeah.
Jay Styles. I was having this conversation with Nicole. I think he could be his own artist.
100%. Like, even forget 100%, 1,000,000%.
He's. You know, last week we was talking about the ASCO thing when they're just like, I'm the.
Yeah. Like,
hey,
I could hear a tape from him and I'll be like, yo, like, I'll be feeling myself.
Him on that track.
Energy.
I
He's got his own boom.
Yeah.
You know how Scraps is got his own.
Oh my god. When Scrap says, you know it's happening in that track.
Get that,
it's
get
happening.
that speaker. He's got, when he comes in, energy.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, Styles, what are you going to give that?
We definitely need a tape from Jay Styles still. I reckon he's probably the next out of ICT to have their moment. Because, like, it's either him or Trapstar Toxic.
I think, I like Tox a lot and he's mad talented. But this is what I was saying, yeah, where Scraps has got his own thing. Nines has got his own thing, yeah. There's only room for one more person in the camp. They have to have their own stuff. I feel like Tox is something I've heard before from somewhere else. I hear other rappers who are just like Toxic and they're just talented. They can rap and they flow. And I think because of that, he doesn't have a niche. As I said, I think with Jay Styles, his flow, his wave, how he does everything, he's very unique. So he can be his own brand. See how Scraps and Nines, they're in the same camp, but they don't step in each other's way. Both of them can shine because when you look at Scraps, you get something totally different from what you get from Nines and everyone else in IC. No one else has got boom. Like step into the place like bruv, Stars has got energy. Like you need that. Like I think it's him more than likely because Fats, Storm Million, Trapstar, they're all kind of similarish. Like they're all very rap, like they're all very good. But Jay Styles, he's something.
You know what's mad though? Like I think I had this conversation with someone a while back, and I said to them like, "Bro, like their crew I see is probably one of the only camps or like one of few camps in London that everyone's actually talented.
It's the strongest collective.
Yeah, like no, because you get a lot of collectives where like one or two will like be like, wow,
they're the strongest.
They're the best, but like out of them, like I'm like hearing one verse from Nines and Scraps and Jay Styles and Fats. I'm like, you are hard.
Yeah,
like, so
they must actually sit down and be like, man,
because I think Mashtown's great.
Oh my god, yeah.
But I think Mashtown would be strong. Let's say, I mean, I know Spades ain't Mashtown, but let's say you had Spades, Ask, Margs, Tricky, and even Hypo.
Yeah, you need Hypo for a bit of sauce.
You need Hypo. You need a sauce. You need that sauce. They would be a challenge.
They'll be a challenge, but
it's like one of them NBA matches.
We need to bring SN1 back. Gigs, please.
Please.
You know
Who's
what,
got a new
you know
tune
what
as
we
well?
need? We need the gigs and the dubs. Like
we need a hard body too.
Yeah, we need.
Oh my god!
Dubs, yeah. That growing up, like I know everyone was on gigs.
This one, I couldn't change.
Dubs was my guy. You get me?
That'd be
Dubs
so
good.
You need Dubs. Hey, I can't lie. Dubs is, in my opinion, top 5 hardest rappers to come out of the UK. Pound for pound.
Oh yeah, no, real talk he is still.
Pound for pound.
What's that song? Is it 28 grams?
Hey,
that verse there, yeah, like.
Listen,
yeah, man. Hey, Dubs.
But that's it. And guys, every time you talk about hard body, stop saying gigs hard bodied. It's gigs and Dubs hard bodied. Don't leave out. If you leave out Dubs, you're not cultured. Facts. You're not cultured. You don't know what you're talking about. Because Dubs, hey. Some of the hey, listen, it's car ready, but cool. What's been popping?
So we got the news on gossip. I'll just say news in it because it ain't really gossip still. But
ain't got no gossip. C-Biz is out of jail.
Oh yeah, cool. So we got C-Biz being out of jail. We got GRM Records. We got Fredo signing JB Productions to his own label.
See that, yeah? Last week, didn't we say, yeah? Because I feel that we done last week and then I went on Insta and I'm just seeing GRM Records. I'm like, oh.
There's a lot, bro. There's a lot of movement.
I'm like,
you get me, like.
But I feel like
I'm like, hey, Posty's coming for the whole industry.
yeah, I feel like we knew that was gonna happen when they started dropping tracks.
It's inevitable.
Without it going and without it saying, oh, you know what I mean? Like without it being signed to Atlantic or something.
Yeah.
When it was this song has been put on for GRM, I feel like it was inevitable that they had a label coming.
It was always gonna make sense. People have to recognize the formula. Like if you got a platform, like you get me, open music platform, you're basically putting on artists already. So it's just like, wow, you're the first to see them coming. So like, and you're basically the first point of contact before they get to the labels, whatever. If you know, and you're gonna notice if something's moving because you're gonna have access to all the statistics, the data, whatever. Why not be like, yo, like here's a couple bag. Let us sign you. We'll promote you through all our various platforms.
In-house.
This and that. Why not? Even I think Abdi TV recently started his own label called We Are Black. Fam, if God willing, Turnt Table blows up, we start our own label. You get me? So like, if you have a platform or an avenue to do so, bro, like
honestly,
it's only rightly so you
true.
do it. Like you get me?
Yes.
You got the power.
I didn't see Fredo PG Records, so that was big. I love that. I love that.
That was secret.
I like seeing
there was
young brothers come in the game.
I respect that move a lot.
On
like,
some,
because people have to understand that, raw, like, cool. It's fair enough signing artists, etc. But you see, when you sign a producer, trust me, like,
change the game.
It's a lot more lucrative in the long term than signing an artist. Like,
everything in house,
so
change the game.
You get me? Like, a lot of things is tactical, and I think whereby a lot of people are becoming aware. Like, our generation right now, we're very much aware and a lot more, you know. I wouldn't say we're a lot more smarter, but like we're more advanced at our ages than the previous generation. So I think like
we're more commercially astute.
Yeah, like fam, like we know our team very well. Like you get me, especially with the age of social media. Like
it's just utilising the resources there.
So like I have to salute Fredo, salute everyone else that's trying to build their own platform. But yeah, man, GRM Records is a big thing for the culture in general.
Posty, I keep saying this guy's name, but I just appreciate what he's doing because I just see.
He's
the
on UK, did he?
I see he's playing chess with everyone.
You get me?
He's
10
years time, everyone's gonna see what this guy was doing.
You get me? Bro. But it's only so mad.
Then I also feel like Link Up TV are on the same path. I do.
You know, don't get me wrong.
Look what they do behind bars. Like some of the best people that we've seen have come from that.
Rashid's smart though.
No, Rashid is definitely smart, and he definitely. But you know what? I think they need to do. They need to not sort of like streamline and sort of like not organize. I don't know what. But I think they just need to. I don't know, man. I think with Link Up, like you see with GRM here, you look at them like, right, they've got their pattern.
Their brand,
like you get me, yeah, that's it, branding. Sorry, I think that's what it is.
Branding.
With Link Up, I think they just need to streamline. But you get me. I'm just talking as a consumer, not as someone like on the inside or I know it all. I'm just talking as what I see in it.
From a consumer, GRM seems to have a stronger brand.
But then again, like Link Up's, yeah, they do. No, that's it. Commercially, GRM have a stronger brand. But like what I respect about Link Up here is that they still like go out with it like with GRM, but they've held the streets down. Like they're more like you get me.
That's why I love them.
Yeah, if I'm like they're more gritty and more more
but
darker.
We need Link Up.
Yeah,
we need Link Up.
I think we definitely. If they became more commercial and started doing this. Yeah, no, you know what?
I think that
because they give
the year's not over yet, and I think the people that don't even talk about what they're doing have got something really big coming.
I'm not gonna lie, yeah.
So and they've been quiet.
I feel something is coming still.
From
100%.
Yeah, man.
Therefore, Rashid ain't wasting
I think something is coming still. I've been hearing brewing about a few things, so I don't know what, but I think something's coming. Like their patterns gonna be aligned soon. But in terms of what else is on the news thing? Bezz being out, commentary about this is another big topic. Everyone apparently sounds the same in the UK. Me personally, I think that's completely wrong because like I think UK is one of the most, London in general is one of the most diverse cities we have in the country, in the world.
Yeah. So
like it's just that what is held to high accord is what sounds the same. But then again, like I've heard this many times before, obviously everyone's gonna obviously copy what's popular. It's a popular trend, so obviously people always gonna jump on popular trends. For example, when I think Nike Blazers were popular, everyone bought them.
Oh my god, do you remember them?
Like,
I saw that someone wearing them the other day. I thought, how could Do you wear that?
You get me? Like
why do people want
with
that?
a popular trend, it becomes popular, like, everyone jumps on. So like people should not be like everyone sounds the same. Like you get me? It's what the consumers have put on. So having said that, it's just like, wow, like London is one of the most diverse places in the country, and like we have so many types of music like going on, but obviously Afro swing is what's popular. So with it being popular, it's gonna be everywhere and anywhere. So it's gonna create the image that you know what, like, yeah man, everyone sounds the same, But realistically, fam, I can name like 5 different artists that are up there that don't sound the same. So I think we should just, you know what, we can discuss that in depth on another episode, but I think that should just be put to bed. Like, it's just like, yeah man, it's a bit leaving. Yeah.
What do you think, Nicole?
I feel like when I do scroll through Instagram feeds and I see what music platforms are uploading, then I hear one, then I'm like, okay, and I hear the other one, I'm like, but wait, didn't I just hear that? And then, so sometimes it does feel like you're listening to the same thing, and that repetition is just
draining,
so draining. And you're like, but you're a big platform, why not put the people on that are actually making different sounds and actually want to go way to the top because their sound is actually authentic, it's nice, it's something that I can listen to all the time or whatever. Do you know what I mean? Going through 10 videos that sound the same, mate, I switch off and then I'm like, forget it, there's
everyone
no point.
sounds the same.
Yeah.
But
do you know what I say? I think I do agree that everyone sounds the same, but everyone sounds the same depending on where you're looking. If you're only looking in the same places, then everyone's gonna sound the same. And like for us, like for example, we started a Turnt Table, we did a chart. I don't think people understand how much music you have to go through and absorb and have to go everywhere to try to listen to music. The different sounds are out there. It's just where you go to access it and consume it. If you only go on the same platform or the same place, you're gonna find the same thing. But if you go out and you search for it, like you said, London's mad diverse. The music is out there, and it's a big conversation to have. Do I think everyone mainstream or whatever sounds the same? I don't think that's just a UK thing. I think that's a global thing, and that's an industry thing. And
that's
it's
true.
So I personally don't, even if I agree or whatever, I don't think it's anything for me to fight over or argue over. So it's just a trend. Like, that's how trends are. I do think there's a wealth of music out there. Like, you just gotta go look at and find it, and it's out there. Like, though, and if you want, bro, if you don't want to stream sounds that sound the same, don't stream it. Don't listen to it.
Yeah, exactly.
Thank you. Don't support it.
Find the tune that sounds how you want to sound.
And push that.
Push that.
Like,
even if you've only got a little phone, bro, go door to houses and pull. I don't know, like, do something in it. Like, if you want to hear different sound, bro, if you think they play the same stuff on radio, don't listen to radio.
Yeah, it's as simple. It's simple. It's just simple. So, yeah.
So that's it. So, obviously, people are always gonna say it, but it is what it is. I just like music, innit? Just gotta go listen to it, and that's the Turnt Table take.
Yeah, trust me.
So we do it. We don't just moan.
But yeah,
get active.
That's it for this
week. I'm not shading the door, man. Don't come for me. I'm ready.
Still.
But yeah, that's it.
That's it for this week. Obviously, you know, yeah, we'll see you next week. And just for people at home, we are getting turned. There is alcohol in this. But obviously, you get me. We're trying to get that brand sponsorship. So any of you brands,
big up LSM. Michael's hoodie, White Mark.
Hey, shout out White Mark. You know, good sponsors of the.
You definitely forgot.
Stop saying you. I'm not
you
part
definitely
of the brand.
forgot our jumper.
I'm not part of the brand. I'm not part of the brand. I just know the owners.
Yeah. Alright, Denzel.
But yeah, next week, guys. Turnt Table.
Cheers.